Jason, it's been a busy week for your group without question. What turns out to be 12 games in 20 days. You end up getting 2 wins out of a possible 4. Starting off on Monday, you ran into a West Kelowna team that was tired and undermanned, and you took full advantage of it, putting up 9. How do you think that sort of set the tone, and how important in retrospect was that game to your group's confidence?
Yeah, we played well. I think they were tired and were short a little bit, and from there we took advantage, got off to a good start, and were able to kind of carry that over into the second and then the third. And one of those games that are bound to happen in the pod every now and then. And it got us off to a decent start, and then obviously throughout the week, 2-2. So it was couple good wins, couple losses. Obviously, the last one, we didn't play well, and no excuses. I think we talked about being able to manage the game and do things that we needed to, and right from the start, first face off, we make a mistake, and it just never got any better after that.
And it's so weird how the ebbs and flows of a junior hockey season can sort of be magnified week to week, specifically when you're playing 3 to 4. You have the 9-0 win, and then the next one is a 3-1 loss to Salmon Arm. It was a pretty close hockey game all the way around. We talked about it after it happened, and you liked the way your team performed. Is sort of talk about the ebbs and flows of the week, and with it being such a tight window, how difficult is it to try to manage emotions, expectations, effort, all of those things wrapped into a very small timeline?
It's different for sure. It's a different feeling. You're playing in the same rink every night, which is great to be in our rink, but the same teams and in the same rink, so that you don't get the whole regular season and a regular year with going to different spots, playing on the road and things like that. So it's a change for sure. And, we can't let the comforts of home be, allow us to play a comforting game out there. And, this week was probably, our most inconsistent week. I think it just, we had a couple good efforts, and then obviously tonight was not one of them, but, there's different challenges for sure. And in this pod situation, at the end of the day, but we knew that going in, and we're happy to be playing. And I think that's, you got to remember that is trumps everything. So it's different, but we got to adjust. And, we're down to our final 3 here, and we're right in the mix there with the other group, the other teams. So, I'm happy with where we're at. Obviously, we just got to flush this one and get some rest, I think, is the biggest thing, and be ready to go for Monday.
It's a pretty steep learning curve for a lot of these guys as well. They're learning how to be junior hockey players, which isn't an easy thing in a regular schedule with 58 over the course of 5 or 6 months. And you're looking at them in a tight window. The perseverance the other night against West Kelowna, you're down 2-0. You're able to rally and win 3-2. That may or may not have been, sort of a last gasp at what was left in the gas tank. Would you sort of speak to that in terms of what your team was able to do the other night to get that win, and how important that win is in the grand scheme of things?
Yeah, it was big. We wanted to get that one for sure. And, it's once again, they were a fresh team coming in, and then we had to grind. And I think we found a way to get it done, which was big. But I think it did take a lot out of us to get that win, and quick turnaround and playing another fresh team here tonight. But like I said, there's things we could have done that we talked about, which is a little bit frustrating on our end, obviously, that we could have done differently to manage the game better. And we just put ourselves in some tough spots, and we were able to recover. But full credit to the guys in the Friday night coming back. It would have been easy to say, hey, maybe it's not our night, but they've shown throughout this pod that they can battle back. And tonight we just got ourselves in a hole that we just couldn't get out of. And I thought we played better in the second half of the game tonight. I think the game got away from us, obviously, in that 10-minute stretch in the first, and just dug too big of a hole. And I thought, like I said, we did play better as it went on, but not good enough to win the game, obviously.
It's a combination of being physically tired and probably mentally tired too. That's where a lot of the mistakes I'm sure happened. You talked about, again, trying to set a tone. You mentioned the pushback. Third period overall was pretty good, a period that you won. Was that sort of the message to the group after 40 minutes to know that, again, you've only got one day off before you have to get right back at it on Monday, which turns the numbers into a even crazier schedule. Was that something that you put focus on, try to win the third and set the tone for the next week?
Yeah, I think that's exactly. We want to have a good third, which we did, and try to at least salvage that, and we were able to do that. And we tried some different things that definitely helped us in what we were trying to accomplish. So we were able to execute that and do that. So I thought that was a positive sign. But like I said, hopefully that carries over going into Monday, and we'll need some rest here. I think it's pretty obvious we need some rest here, and get that tomorrow and be charged up and ready for Monday in a tight pod here. So it's everything's tightening up, and we knew it was going to be that way right to the end, and doesn't shock me at all.
Going into the final week, it's a weird scenario where that the season is going to end. It's not like a typical season where you hope it continues until it just stops and when the playoffs or when a team gets eliminated. That the end of the line is a week tomorrow. What is the sort of message to the group heading into what for some of these guys they know is going to be their last week of junior hockey?
Well, we want to win. I think that's the biggest thing. We want to win our pod. This is our playoffs. For the situation we're in, it's a regular season and we're playing games, but as we know, there are no play. Your typical, it's not going to be your typical playoffs that you would normally see. So this is it for us, and it's pushing guys, and I know that the other teams are looking at it the same way. So it's a great challenge for our group. It's a great evaluation for me as a general manager. There's a lot of things happening here. So it's I'm glad it's tight. I'm glad that our pod is so competitive because it definitely is going to make our team better in the long run. And it's a big challenge right now to try and win this thing. So I think I know for a fact our players want to win this, and they've put themselves in a spot to be in the mix, and we've got to play hard here in the last week and give ourselves a chance.
Jason, as always, thank you for the time.
All right, thanks, Graham.